The Document Library tile is for managing all your documents. The new CU Recover site has two libraries for each department, a single document library and a department head private library. We migrated all the documents from all the libraries on your department site on the old CU Recover into one library on the new site. If you had multiple libraries on the old site, we put all the documents under the file folder name Department Policies, Procedures, and Offline Forms. Some of you will have lots of outdated documents in your document library, each causing an alert on your home page, like this one for building and property management. Some will have none and may need to establish a file folder structure before uploading new documents, like this one in the executive department. Others will have just a few that may need some review and updating, like this one in accounting. I'm going to take you through each of these scenarios, but before I do, I want to talk about these libraries and how to use them. The document library is visible to all your staff only and the BCP administrator. Your document library is only for documents that will help you recover any infrastructure you may be responsible for or your business functions. Unrelated, non-critical documentation that will be recovered with the system drive need not clutter the library, so don't upload it. We've also added a private library for you department heads that only you have access to. This could be where you store sensitive information, passwords, or confidential documents. If you have a password-protected document in your document library, this is where you might store these passwords. Every document uploaded or migrated to the site is classified as either a regular document or a CU Recover document. Every CU Recover document has a review frequency attached to it that identifies when the document is due for review. The review frequency is added to the last modified date of the document to determine when it's due for review. It also identifies the owner of the document, which is generally you, the department head, and an assigned to person who will be responsible for reviewing and updating the document in the future. Regular documents are ageless and don't need a review frequency. Things like test results, or notes from a tabletop exercise, or board meeting minutes. So when you upload them, you can designate them as a regular document instead of a CU Recover document. These regular documents have no review frequency, no owner, and are not assigned to anyone. So let's get back to our three scenarios. We'll start with the empty library in the executive department. If you're starting from scratch with no documents in your library, you might want to set up a file folder structure before you start uploading documentation. You can do this by clicking the new just underneath Document Library and select Folder at the bottom of the window. Then enter a folder name. Once you have the structure you want, you can start uploading files. SharePoint is horrible about leaving a trail of breadcrumbs in the file folder structure, so don't create too many levels if you can avoid it. When you're ready to upload documents, click the Upload at the top of the list, and you'll get a window with a Choose File button in it. Click the Choose File and navigate to the file you want to upload. highlight it, and click Open at the bottom of the window. That window will close and your file name should be in the open window. Click OK and the review frequency window will open. The default for uploaded documents is a CURecover document. Decide if this should be a CURecover document with a review frequency or a regular document not requiring periodic review. If you make this change to a regular document, you'll not be able to assign an owner to the document or designate an assigned to person. All you'll be able to do is change the name of the document. However, if you keep the CURecover designation, you can change the name of the file, set the review frequency, enter the owner of the document, and assign it to someone for next review. Unfortunately, you can't upload multiple files at once. It has to be one by one. If you are the branch administration department, you can specify which libraries this document applies to, and they will see it in their branch document library, but they can only read it. If you have documents with a review date older than 30 days from now, causing alerts, like these documents in accounting, you can either change their review frequency or reset the counter by going to the library, finding the document, and clicking the Edit icon to the left of the file name. Once the review frequency form opens, you can make your changes and then save the form. You can select a preset review frequency or specify your own. When you save this record, the review frequency counter will be reset, even if you make no changes. This would be a good time to assign this document to someone to keep it up to date. As I mentioned earlier, since you are the department head, you are the owner of the document and should enter your name in the owner field. If you want to look at a Word document or an Excel spreadsheet and you're using Internet Explorer browser, click the three dots to the right of the document name and select Open from the bottom of the window. You'll have to re-enter your password to open the first document, but after that, you're good to go. Once you've opened the document, you can make your revisions and save it right on the site, which will start the review frequency counter over again. Non-Internet Explorer users like Safari, Chrome, and Firefox will have to download the file, edit it on their desktop, save the changes, and then upload it back to the document library, overwriting the old version. This is accomplished the same way by clicking the three dots and selecting Open from the bottom of the window. A copy of the document will be downloaded to your laptop, and you can edit and then upload when you're finished. Let's talk about the libraries with tons of documentation in them. We'll go back to the Building and Property Management Library department. People had a tendency to put everything but the kitchen sink in these libraries when first populating them in the old CURecover. Migrated documents from the old CURecover site had their last modified date intact and have been set with a 365-day review cycle. So if you had documents on the old site that were more than a year old, you're going to see them in the alerts section on your home page. You must clear these alerts. If you need to delete some or all of these files, here's how. First, you can sort by the review date by clicking the column heading. Anything with the review date earlier than 30 days from now will create an alert on your department home page. Next, you can delete all the files by clicking the check mark that appears to the left of the file name when you mouse over it. Check off the ones you want to delete. Then click the Files tab at the very top of the page. The top ribbon appears so you can find Delete Document and click that. Let's recap. If you have no documents in your library and want to upload some, set up your file folder structure first. If you only have a handful of documents, you may not need a file folder structure and can upload directly to the root of the library. If you have many files to delete, or just a few, you can delete them by clicking their check mark and using the ribbon at the top of the page to delete them. To change the review frequency, use the edit icon to the left of the file name. You can also use this to reset the review frequency counter, simply by opening and saving the review frequency form. If your browser is other than Internet Explorer, editing the document will require downloading, editing, saving, uploading, and replacing. I hope this has been informative for you. If you have any questions, please consult your BCP administrator.